Hi folks, a lot of people wonder what is a legal water meter installation. Now, every jurisdiction is different and has its different logistical or job site challenges. I'm speaking to a legal water meter installation in the city of New York. That's where I'm located. And unlike a lot of other municipalities, virtually every single water meter is inside the building. I understand outside of New York, a lot of folks have outside meter pits. New York City is not the case. So if you are metering your property or you're replacing an existing water meter, the first thing you have to do is you have to hire a licensed master plumber and file permits. But it is good to know what's legal, what's not legal. You might have an illegal installation and not even know it. So that's what this is about. So you'd have to figure, this is your main coming in. This is a flare fitting, which is used on copper tubing in New York City. You have to have a main control valve for the water service. Now, the first thing that people do not realize is you also need what's called a meter inlet valve. So you need a mainline control valve for the water service. You need a water meter inlet valve. You need a water meter outlet valve. So there's 3 valves. Now, what's this? This is a test tee. This is a way, if the water municipality should so choose, they could, for instance, fill a 5-gallon bucket with water and make sure the meter registers 5 gallons that the meter is reading accurately. You'll also notice that on this test tee, there are no threads. You're not allowed to have threads on a test tee. If you use a regular, what's called a hose cock, you have to cut the threads off. I am sure that's for water contamination reasons. You don't want a hose hanging off the test tee into a dirty puddle and there's a back pressure and you just poison your water system. So you do have to have a test tee. The other thing you're going to notice, there are various ways that a meter can be an illegal installation. You're not allowed to have any outlets prior to the meter because you could steal water. But secondly, this is a plumbing union. This is a specific fitting that you could take the 2 parts apart without disturbing the meter seal. You can see a meter seal on this side is a wire. So why you cannot have a union is because in theory you could take apart the union and you could steal water. If you have a swimming pool, you could fill your swimming pool up, then put the union back together, and none of the water would register through the meter. Of course, if you're a plumber, if you hire a licensed plumber and they put the meter in, they file the permit, they also have to notify the DEP in the city of New York, it's the NYC DEP, that the meter has been installed, and they will come in and they will seal it with this wire. This is called the break seal. If they work on an existing meter, they have to file a break seal, and likewise the DEP would reseal it. And that's essentially all the components of a legal meter installation. And I hope that helped you out there, and I thank you for listening.